No organization is ready to take people who are high performing people, but interpersonal skills or soft skills are not there, and they are not able to perform. Nobody wants people to have those people. One of our great Indian comedian is there, Mr. Zakir Khan. Okay, in one of his interviews, he said that काम 19 चलेगा, पर बंदा 20 चाहिए.
How do you incorporate the experiential learning in management education?
Most of the people, when they look at management education, they think that management education is only about management.
Okay.
They think that the core areas are marketing, HR, and finance. That's it.
True.
With this amazing changing trend, it is not anymore. I have seen management graduates who are earning 50 lakh rupees a year, and they have 2.2 lakhs per month package, and they're struggling with their EMIs. I love this quotation from Peter Drucker. He says, the only way to predict the future is to create it. I would give you 3 advices to do so.
Hello and welcome to our fresh episode of Learn and Grow with Poddar. I'm Anuradha Ghosh and I'm a soft skill trainer with Poddar International College, and I welcome you all to this show. From ChatGPT to green skills, the management education is in for a paradigm shift in 2025. The landscape of management education has seen significant transformation. From the onset of COVID-19 pandemic, there has been a huge surge in online education. The pedagogical approaches has seen a great transformation. Today, I'm in conversation with Dr. Shiva Sharma. Dr. Shiva, I welcome you to the show.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Shiva Sharma is an IM alumni. He is a professor and a soft skill trainer at Poddar Business School. With vast experience in management education and training, he is here to share some key insight about our topic. The topic that we are going to discuss here today is the new trends in management education and how it has been changing in the recent times.
Thank you so much for having me. I really like the name of the podcast, Learn and Grow. Really nice. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you, Shiva. As I said in the very beginning, that the management education is seeing a paradigm shift. It's seeing some revolutionary changes with the onset of online education. According to you, what significant changes have been there in the past decade?
See, if you look at the last decade, specifically let's talk about in generic. If you look at all the equipments, they have drastically changed. If you look at a telephone that was introduced in the 19th century, and if you look at the telephone right now, you will not be able to recognize. Okay, it's completely changed. But if you look at the classrooms, if you look at the classrooms of 19th century, and if you look at the classrooms of 21st century, a lot has not been changed. So the shift has been there, but a lot can be done in this particular area as well. Specifically talking about management education, in the last decade, in 2015, we did not have 4G. It was not there in Indian landscape. We did not have equipments. Then in 2019, we had 4G internet capacity, and then the COVID struck. And because of that COVID, there was a sudden rise of e-learning platforms, and technological equipments were there. And if you look at the initial stage, it was at an infancy, the technological integration in education overall, specifically in management education. That particular was a major pivot moment for our management education. And after that, it has really evolved. If you look at 2025, we have really integrated the technological changes. We have e-courses, we have e-learning platforms, edX is there, Coursera is there. A lot of people have been doing great initiatives. Even IITs and IIMs have taken this initiative, and now we have platforms like SWAYAM and NPTEL. So these are there. But that's just from the technological point of view. If you look at the paradigm shift in the last decade, now people have realized that what corporates actually do is they ask. And what is ask is abilities, skills, and knowledge. So it is not one pillar of knowledge that is completely the management education is dependent on, as previously it was driven. Now the focus on abilities and skills is also there.
So when we talk about the knowledge, ability, and skills, how this amalgamation takes place in the management education, especially at Poddar?
Uh, yeah. So it starts with the realization that the corporate doesn't stand on the first pillar, that is knowledge. It asks, that is basically what you said, abilities, skills, and knowledge.
True.
So at Poddar Business School, because we run a PGDM program, so we changed everything about a traditional business school. Okay. So first of all, we changed the culture.
Okay.
Okay. Now we are not focused only on just one parameter, that is how much students can learn, how much students can remember, and then vomit on a question paper. We are not there to test their memories, as you have said that in this era of Google and AI, they do not need to cram things up.
Okay.
So we shifted our focus from the knowledge base
Okay.
to knowledge, abilities, and skills. So we changed our curriculum. We changed how we approach the teaching methods, andragogy. We also changed our evaluation criteria. So only 40% of the component is basically based on how you test the Bloom's taxonomies of the knowledge that you have gathered in one trimester. The major focus is on live projects, practical learning, simulations, how they perform in the classes, how they approach to the case studies, how are they doing practical assignments, each and every part. So that is one biggest change that we have seen. And it was really difficult to change the traditional classrooms. But oh my God, look at the students and you will see the complete transformation from the day one to the last day. They are completely changed.
So you mean to say there has been a big a change in their mindset when it comes to changing from the traditional classrooms to the the holistic blend of the online and the traditional classroom methods?
Definitely, it starts with the attitude part. See, there was a study conducted by Harvard University ages ago, and then also this study conducts regarding the successful people, and they asked one simple basic question: what do you think? What is the main reason behind your success? And 85% of the people recognize that their attitude has been the main reason towards their success. So, attitude is definitely one of the important element, and if that is particularly changed and made it positive towards the corporate, and they understand where they see themselves in the next 5 years, 10 years, and what is their long-term goal, so they can incorporate it in their management education.
So, Shiva, both of us are soft skill trainers, and we do understand the importance of attitude, as you rightly said, that it sets the ball in, and you have to, how you manage your professional life, how you manage your personal life. It all depends on, and how you also, learn about the new things that are in the environment depends on the attitude, as you said. So, when we talk about the experiential learning part, which is a very important part of management education, how do you incorporate the experiential learning in management education?
So I would say that it has three different aspects of experiential learning. The first aspect is the approach from the institution wise, how we do it. So we have introduced new age electives into our curriculum that are very helpful. So for example, if a person is interested in say banking and financial services, now we have a specialization, they can focus on banking and financial services. With their core electives, marketing, HR, finance, operations is definitely available. If somebody wants to get into the hospitality and event management industry, they can definitely opt that particular specialization. Again, we follow the credit-based curriculum. And with this, the second component is the structure of the curriculum. So if the person is studying hospitality and event management, previously what used to happen is they used to have a set module, set curriculum. They used to go through that particular module, give an examination, and they are done. Now it doesn't happen like that.
Okay.
So first, if you're talking about hospitality and event management, you have to get into the industry. You go on to the live projects. You do a lot of projects with the organizations, and a lot of people who are already into the industry, they come and they talk to the people how this industry works, what are the different components of the industry, and how they can make their careers.
So make me understand it like this. If I'm a student and I want to pursue my business management in event management and event education. So, how do I go about it? Do I straight away take admission in the business school, or I go and do some live projects, some internships with the company, and then come back for my traditional studies?
See, I would say that if you look at our particular subcontinent, now the courses give you experience while you are studying.
Okay.
So you need not have to wait for getting experience and then getting into the management education to understand management education.
Okay, so the education itself consists of the live projects and internships.
Yeah.
And would be giving a lot of exposure to the students. That's what you meant.
Yes.
Okay.
So, for an example, if a student is enrolled into the PGDM program of Poddar Business School,
Yes.
by the end they complete their PGDM curriculum, they have more than 18 certifications in their hand.
Okay.
Okay, they have global exposure in their hand.
Wow.
They have amazing communication skills because Pearson, we have a tie with Pearson. With this, they have great business digital marketing concepts, again, through the international standards. They have an exposure of IIMs. We take them there, we make them sit with their students, they learn with those students, and they get that particular exposure. The advanced high-tech management anthropology called simulations and case studies are there. We have a tab with Harvard, so we take all the best of the case studies and they get this exposure. So in this 2 year period, apart from these things, they have this dual internship opportunity
Okay.
plus an incubation journey. Each and every student creates their own startup.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, can you tell me some specific incubation journey that has been created in Poddar recently?
Yes, I can tell you. So recently we have a set of students and they started their business through dry fruits and other markets. So previously they were doing B2B, and after having a lot of exposure, now they have established institution, they have their own shop, plus they have digitalized their whole business.
Okay.
And they have this opportunities of getting investors in them. So right as of now it is bootstrapped, but they have got the exposure of VCs and all the investors. They have this whole pool of networks with them. So
Okay.
that is working for them. They have started exporting it, so it's going really good.
Okay. So you said that with this live project that they have done, the students in PGDM they've done, so it definitely gives them a wide exposure before they step into the professional world. That's a great feat in itself, in fact. So with the rise in digital technology, as I said in the very beginning, that there has been a massive blend of online education with the traditional pedagogical approaches. Now, how do you think the curriculum in management education needs to adapt? Has it already taken some baby steps towards it, or it still needs to adapt in a massive way?
I would say that it has really changed the landscape.
Okay.
Okay, so but the problem is that the traditional institutions have not accepted it with open arms.
Okay.
So the traditional, huge, highly reputed institutions do have a great source pool of resources, but they are still stuck at the traditional approaches.
Okay.
But if you look at, there have been cases like ours who have proved that this experiential learning is really working for their way, and the corporates are preferring those students who have this particular set of curriculum.
Okay.
Yeah, but if you look, frankly, if I can say, I have been to different IIMs, and I can say that the biggest advantage that any IIM has is only of students with high aptitude.
Okay.
Okay, once they get there, what they are getting taught there, it is available with most of the schools. Okay, so they are, for example, IIM Ahmedabad is considered one of the best B school there. So they have this Harvard stays in their campus. That stays because everything is what they follow in the Harvard. So they use the traditional case study method, and yes, they have also adopted simulation and other parts. But unlike our students who get around 30 live projects done in 2 years of duration, they do not have the same exposure.
So the key is that there has to be a good blend of the traditional resources along with the digital platforms which can provide some more knowledge and assistance to the students.
Yeah.
That should be the real norm in the management education, and of course it is being introduced in Poddar Business School as well, as you rightly said. So when we talk about the life projects, we talk about the internships. They focus on your practical experience, the hands-on experience. So tell us something more about the hands-on experience that you provide to the students.
So each and every subject, as I said, that we have changed the culture, we have changed the approach towards education. So in each and every subject, they have to do one life project. So for an example, just to take an example, they are studying marketing management. So in marketing management, while they are studying, they have to tie up with their local businesses. They have to go approach them and tell them that they are the students of PGDM program or M management program, and they are going to create a plan for them. They do the market research, they create a marketing campaign for them, and they also publish the results of the marketing campaign. In this way, they do not have to wait for 2 years to get into the corporate industry, and then they have to demonstrate their skills. As we talked about the skills and knowledge that they need to absorb into it. So they are tying up with the local businesses, MSMEs, even corporate giants, and they are working for them. So it's a two-way street also. Only not the students are getting benefit. All the corporates are also getting benefit from the same approach.
Yes, true.
So if they study a particular model or structure or any theory that is in their classroom, for example, if they have studied 4Ps marketing mix in there, they have to implement and create a project out of it.
Okay,
So
that's interesting.
the learning curve that they have.
That's very interesting. Now, you are a soft skill trainer and a well established soft skills trainer. And as you said, that the attitude matters a lot. And when we talk about soft skills, the attitude is of prime importance there. So, how do you integrate soft skills training and management education at Poddar? And do you think, that's one question. And the second part of this question is, do you think that students really take it very positively when it comes to soft skill training and management education?
So we have a great pool of students. They come from various backgrounds. But as I said, that most of the entrance exams focus on the aptitude part. Okay. Yes. And they do have the interviews that somehow understands what is their approach towards their life. But if you look at the soft skills, let me share a very shocking statistics with you. In 2023, a survey was done. How many do you think Indians are unemployable, according to you?
Well, if we talk about soft skill training, are you talking from the perspective of only soft skill training, employability?
No, I'm talking about in general, all the students. How many people are
70%? I'll take a guess there. 70%?
70% people are employable. No.
No, not employable.
Yeah. So this is the shocking truth.
Yes.
That 55.5% of the people are not unemployable in overall categories. More than 90% people, engineering students are not unemployable. More than 72% of the management graduates are unemployable. So we are distributing degrees left, right, and center.
Yes.
And we have not. Most of the institutions have not worked on the skill sets and soft skills. So I was looking at a script and interview from an IIT graduate. Okay, he recently graduated with the highest package 2 years back. And he said that I got the highest package because of only one thing. That is, I've worked on my soft skills.
Yes.
So when we talk about soft skills, it covers everything. We are talking about leadership skills as well. We are talking about the communication skills as well. We are also talking about the attitude. We are also talking about the life skills. Each and everything comes into the play. So when a company is looking at people, they are not looking just to hire problem solvers. They are also looking that they should be able to translate the solutions. Yes. Because if you look at the organizations who are startups, they have highly qualified people, but not good at soft skills. A lot of conflicts are going to happen.
Yes.
An organization cannot run with conflicts. I think that you will agree with me.
Yes, definitely. So soft skills, according to you, is a major part when a student has to think about a good career ahead. So a good blend of the academic knowledge along with the robust soft skills in an individual can really propel a good career.
Definitely.
Yes. So when we talk about soft skills, and as a lot of our viewers are the youngsters who are watching us right now, We often get confused with two words, unemployment and unemployable, as you rightly said. So, throw some light on that, because when we read about the statistics, we read the data, there's a lot of focus on the rate of unemployment. But is there a difference between the term unemployment and unemployable?
Yes, there is huge difference. So, if you look at unemployment, there are various types of unemployment. Okay, so the first perspective that most people who are unemployed say that there are no more jobs into the market. We are sitting in 21st century in 2025. The whole world is our market. You can, if you want to get into organizations and perform a job, the whole world is there. All the MNCs are there. FDIs are doing great. And recently the economic survey also was presented just before the budget.
Yes.
And it showed that the unemployment rate is very low. The problem is not that the jobs are not available, because with this amazing changing trend of getting self-employed and starting the business, it is also there. The people are not employable. Okay, so the problem is that even if they hire, most of the engineers need to be retrained.
Yes.
And if the management graduate is being hired and everything has to be taught to them, the 6 months period is going into the training of the person, then why would any company hire? So that is this basic dilemma. So to crack that, we start by training these people from the start. They become employable, and if they are employable, companies are desperate to take them at their places.
Okay. So your message to the youngsters would be that become employable, right?
Yes.
Become employable with the right set of skills, soft skills, and also have a good repertoire of knowledge.
I would like to add one more aspect.
Please go
Most of the people, when they look at management education, they think that management education is only about management.
Okay.
They think that the core areas are marketing, HR, and finance. That's it.
True.
With this amazing changing trend, it is not anymore. Okay. So when you look at a management education program, it's a 360-degree evolution. You get to study environmental science, you get to study maths, you go through the quantitative techniques, you study the approaches of obviously the traditional courses of marketing, HR, finance, operations. You also study business analytics and all the new subjects. You integrate all of them. You have to study ethics. You have to study each and everything. You have to study corporate law. No subject is remained untouched. So management education is a 360-degree program. And any organization, if you look at any organization, what does an organization do? An organization has basic functions. An organization is there so that they can solve a particular problem, and to solve that particular problem, they have the basic functions of marketing, HR, finance, operations, analytics, and various others. And from which particular function you are doing the best job, that you have to decide. So they get this amazing opportunity where for 1 year they study everything.
Okay.
They study each and every subject. They get the exposure of all the live projects. They get the exposure of all the industries. They go out there and look at the industries, service industries, consumer durables, fast moving consumer goods, each and every industry. And when they get this exposure, by the time they come into the second year, they have the complete freedom to choose where they want to make their careers.
Okay.
So when you look at the unemployability portion, it is no longer with the management education, because they get so much exposure, they get so much knowledge that they are ready to take up the jobs.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So when you talk about soft skill training, the interpersonal dynamics holds a great importance, right? And when we talk about the interpersonal dynamics, I think it also affects decision making in the corporate or in the job world. So how do you integrate interpersonal training in the management education?
See, with my personal experience of assisting corporates into hiring, if you look at, I think that there are four major areas where students are concentrated, where organizations are also concentrated, and they have this four criteria where they judge whether they can do. First, that you said is definitely decision making.
Yes.
Other threes are conflict resolution. How easily can they resolve and work around their conflicts? The third is motivation and inspiration. how they look at the motivation and inspiration part. And fourth is basically how you approach towards the goal, that is interpersonally, how you work into the organization. In all those four areas, if interpersonal skills, soft skills are not there integrated in an individual, it will not work. Recently, I was listening to one of the great entrepreneur and public speaker, Mr. Simon Sinek.
Yes.
So there was a study where there was a platform. First is how much performance candidate can make and how much trust is there. Everybody wants high performance and high trust person. Okay. Some would take medium performance, medium trust person. But I thought that the clear choice is high performance and low trust.
High performance and low trust.
I thought so.
Okay.
But it's clearly not. No organization is ready to take people who are high performing people, but interpersonal skills or soft skills are not there, and they are not able to perform. Nobody wants people to have those people. They are ready to take even medium performance or low performance people with high trust or medium trust, so that they can get people to do performance. Okay. But if the trust is not there, which is a resultant factor of interpersonal communication skills, the person is not going to perform. Even if the person is obviously high performing asset, it is not going to work for an organization.
That is also, according to you, that is also one of the factors which results in unemployability of the candidates.
So if a person is good, I have done everything, I am very good, high performing, but his interpersonal skills does not result in the trust. Yes. How can organization absorb? One of our great Indian comedian is there, Mr. Zakir Khan. Okay, in one of his interviews, he said that Kaam 19 चलेगा, पर बंदा 20 चाहिए. What does it mean? It means that okay, we can adjust each and every other aspect of the performance, but if the character, if the interpersonal person skills of a person is not there, soft skills is not there, then nobody can work with you. That is a big problem.
So काम 19 चलेगा पर बंदा 20 चाहिए. That is the message Shiva sir wants to.
No, Zakir has said it, so all the credit goes to Mr. Zakir.
Of course, and you also admire that point, what he has shared with all of us.
Yes.
So that's interesting. Shiva, we did talk about the global trends, right? And the benefits and challenges. If you can tell us more about these global trends.
As we were talking about, the global scenario in the marketplace is already there, but it is very important to understand the global place. It is also very important to understand that cross-cultural diversity is there. If you get into an MNC, if you are working in an MNC, you have to deal with people, you have to deal with peers, superiors, juniors, who are from different countries, different ways. Even if you look at India, in India, the language changes in every 200 kilometers. The food changes in every 300 kilometers.
True.
So you have to adapt to that particular part also. So interdisciplinary cultural training has to be there. So I will give you this phenomena called Global Immersion Program.
Okay.
This is a traditional phenomena. It was initiated by Harvard. So a lot of other competitors of Harvard came to this particular study. Why is this the best B school
Okay.
in the world? Okay. So they were like, we are also providing the same case studies. We are adopting the same andragogy, and why they are performing better than our students. So this basic research was conducted, and they found out that in their particular curriculum, there is this global immersion program. So what happens in this global immersion program? They send their students into a different country.
Okay.
They get the industrial exposure over there. They get networking from there, and they understand what is this cross-cultural diversity and how to adapt to that particular thing. As we were talking about the McDonald's. If McDonald's wants to do business in India, they have to change their menu. Okay, they cannot do with complete non-veg menu in India. They had to change it. They created the first veg menu in the entire world. It was the first time that they did it. If you look at all the businesses that are booming in India, they had to do it. So if you look at Amazon, in US, they discourage people for cash payments.
Okay.
But when it came to India, they have to adapt to the consumer behaviors of India. And till date, they are providing cash on delivery. Okay.
Yes.
So at delivery, they can pay cash. So they changed their complete business model because of the nation. So we also have this global immersion program. So our students go in countries like UAE, and they get to understand the perspective of different MNCs. They go interact with the business leaders. They go and do industrial visits, all types of industrial visits. They even go to Oman, Muscat, and various other places, and they learn from those exposures, and they have a better understanding. Okay, this is how it is done. And another advantage that they have with this is they get the placement opportunities from their first year itself.
Okay.
Okay, so where they have visited, they give presentations, they interact with those managers. The managers, if they like the candidate, they will give them the offer letter. So that is a huge advantage for the students.
So with the global immersion program, there's a huge exposure and practical experience which is created for the students.
Yes.
Right?
Amazing.
And which makes them highly employable at this competitive world.
Yes.
Wonderful. So when we also talk about the management education, the emotional intelligence is also of great importance, right? So when we say emotional intelligence, what do we mean by that in management education?
I would like to have your take. What do you think of emotional intelligence?
Well, you just talked about the cultural, the multidimensional cultural interactions that we have, right? And when we talk about emotional intelligence, we talk about the empathy, we talk about reaching out to different set of people, interacting and collaborating with them. And also taking care of the various challenges which are being faced by the individuals. So do you think that this aspect is covered as you talked about the global immersion program, where there's a huge focus on the interactions with the multicultural, the people there when they go abroad at different schools, management schools. So, do you think that emotional intelligence is well integrated in the management education program?
Yes, it is well integrated in some of the management programs. Okay. In not all the management institutions across India are taking care of this. But for example, in our particular institution, we have this incubation journey. So we start with our design thinking workshops and then move towards. So we have a separate workshop for EQ also. So previously, what used to happen is that people used to focus on IQ. If the person is intelligent, it's all done. Okay. Now it is not so.
Okay.
Because
so
again,
it's not just IQ, it is
EQ.
A combination
Of EQ and IQ, where EQ is given more importance.
Okay.
The reason being that you have to work between people, for people in an organization. So you need to have a very good emotional capacity within yourself. Because there are going to be conflicts, there are going to be problems, there are going to be everybody is chasing after one common goal, that is organizational objectives. But how you approach that particular organizational goal can be very different from every man's perspective, and that becomes really very difficult when there are so many people with different perspectives all coming together for a common goal.
Are you talking about the clashes that happen? Are you talking about the conflicts that happen at the professional
yes,
ground?
even if the clashes are not there, it is very important to build trust. It is very important to have patience. It is very important to emotionally understand the perspective where the person is coming from, why these ideas are being shared. Each and everything comes into play.
So empathy, patience, connecting with people, and also understanding their emotions, that how they would feel, and maybe step into their shoes sometimes.
Yes, it is very important. So I will give you an example. We talked about empathy, how empathy is there. So supposedly you have ordered something from an e-commerce website, Amazon or any other website. Now the particular product has been delayed by 5 days. You ordered it to wear something very beautiful on a wedding. Now you are not able to. You call that particular customer care and you start yelling. You say that I wanted this particular product and this particular date and it was promised to me and it was not delivered and this and that and this and that. What will the customer executive say to you?
The customer care executive will try to be as polite as he can, because he has to maintain his, the profession.
That is what empathy comes into play. So you have to listen to that particular person And from now, this was a customer's point of view. Now look at the point of view of a customer executive who is on the other end of the call, and somebody has picked up, and the person has started yelling at the person. He very calmly says that I completely understand your problem. I understand that you have gone through a very difficult phase. I am very sorry for your problem. Now, if you look at that particular person, he has nothing to do with that particular delivery directly.
Yes.
Directly, he has nothing to do with the delivery portion. He's not responsible for the operational excellence of the organization, but he's part of that particular organization, and he feels responsible. She feels responsible, and they integrate. That is like for we're talking about Amazon. Empathy is the basic core value of their whole organization. So they consider each and every request. They understand the customers, and they talk accordingly. And it's shown in their how they operate their business also. So empathy is there required for each and every business, each and every not only customer executive. If the person is in the finance, operations, any other particular field, everybody has to come and integrate themselves and have a holistic approach towards the business. So if you go to a Domino's and the person says, "Good morning, what can I do for you? What can I have?" So you have give thumbs up to Domino's, a very nice organization. If you go to a Domino's person and the receptionist is like, "क्या है? क्या चाहिए?" You will never step on that particular business again.
और शायद ये हमारे सॉफ्ट स्किल्स का एक बहुत बड़ा पार्ट है.
Yes, it's a part of EQ is basically a part of soft skills only.
Yes.
Now you can say, justify and debate ki that particular executive receptionist had a fight in the morning, went through a terrible accident. He or she might be going through n number of things.
Yes.
But you will blame Domino's directly because this is he or she is the representative of that particular organization.
True.
So how do you compose that? You compose through amazing EQ. So if you are trained enough to have good emotional intelligence, you will act accordingly.
Yes. So training in emotional intelligence is of great importance when it comes to working in the corporate and the professional world, and also creating an empathy towards your co-workers and towards yourself and others in the organization is of utmost importance. Okay, so that was quite insightful, Dr. Shiva. That was quite insightful. Now we come to some rapid fire questions, right?
Yeah.
So there'll be real rapid fire and you'll have to answer them. Okay.
Sure.
So, in one word, how would you describe the future of management education?
Transformative.
Okay. Which skill do you think is most underrated in today's management curriculum?
I would say quality. Sincerity is one of the quality which is underrated in all the education. I think that if a person is sincere, they can get trained and learn in each and every aspect that is required.
Okay. And one management subject that you think should be taught with more in depth?
Personal finance.
Personal finance, is it? That's where it's lacking?
Yeah, I have seen management graduates who are earning 50 lakh rupees a year, and they have 2.2 lakhs per month package, and they are struggling with their EMIs. They are not able to manage their own personal finance. It becomes really difficult for not only just management graduates, each and every person. That personal finance is something that each and every person should go through. They should have a clear understanding. Recently, if you look at the social media, it is filled with personal finance suggestions. Now, nobody... see, personal finance is very personalized thing. But if you look at someone's advice, it's broad advice.
Yes.
You cannot adopt it. So they should be studied.
Okay. So another question for you. Which aspect of leadership is most critical? Emotional intelligence or decision-making skills?
Emotional intelligence. Your decision making is based on your emotional intelligence.
Yes. Is entrepreneurship becoming a bigger focus?
Yes.
It is?
Yes, and it should be.
Okay. Yes, it is and it should be. Okay. In one sentence, how do you define an ideal management graduate in today's times?
I would say an ideal management graduate is a person who has not only studied but has implemented every model, structure, theory that he has studied has a lot of certifications in their hand, with a lot of live projects, with a global exposure, and an understanding what the market is expecting him or her to perform.
So, the ideal management graduate is one who goes with an open mind to achieve certifications, academic knowledge, skills, and attitude. So, now the final message from Dr. Shiva Sharma on the topic that we discussed in length today. A final message for all the youngsters, the viewers who are watching us. Shiva, go ahead.
I love this quotation from Peter Drucker. He says, "The only way to predict the future is to create it." I would give you 3 advices to do so. First, be adaptable. Only one thing is constant in this world, and that is change. Second, work on your emotional quotient. IQ will get you selected, hired, but EQ is going to get you promoted. And third, take risk. Comfort kills growth. You have to take risks. That's all.
Thank you so much, Dr. Shiva, for being here with us today and enlightening us with such wonderful insights. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for